Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange. This thing is a Walmart exclusive, if memory serves. I just got it. I can't remember where I bought it from. I think I'm getting too old. Anyway, this thing is a really good example of what Marvel Legends figures should be. Does it have plenty of flaws? Sure, it's going to, but it has enough in the package and enough good things going for it that I don't in any way feel cheated. I'm just upset that there are problems, which is going to be the case with any collectible that is made on a budget. So I'm very happy to review this because it's a good example of what we should be getting on a regular basis. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just shy of 6.5 inches, closer to 6 3/8, and that's going to make him pretty close to 16 centimeters, right around that. And like I said, this thing does a lot of stuff really well. We have lots of different molded plastics. We have quite a lot of paint for Marvel Legends standards and a buttload of accessories, which is a wonderful thing. Before we get into that though, let's do a quick question of the day. Are you still a fan of Doctor Strange's classic design with the very over-the-top cape and the cheetah print on the gloves? Just curious. I'm all for it. I like these classic designs. I think we don't have enough good figures of the classic stuff. So, I mean, I guess that's what Hasbro's doing too. I mean, they think that too because we're getting those retro versions of Captain America and Thor and whoever else. So I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, let's talk about the figure. Aesthetically speaking, I'm very, very pleased. The upper torso looks really good. We have the nice wrinkling sculpted in. That's all good. It looks like a poofy blouse, which is what he wears. Definitely, it's a blouse. The paint job on here is nice. It's sculpted and painted, so I like that a whole bunch. The cheetah print does look really good on the gloves. They did a really good job with that. We have his Spiderman hands. Those are sculpted nicely. No problems there. You'll see those again when we talk about the accessories, but that's nice. The thing I like most, though, is the sculpt on his face. Sculpt of his face. It's amazing how much better humans look when their eyes aren't touching their ears. He doesn't have the stupid wide eyes. He's got a really, really nice sculpt. There is nothing wrong with that sculpt at all. And the paint job suits it very well. It's not all googly-eyed. He doesn't have giant anime eyes. It looks fine. The mustache is good. The mouth is good. The eyes are good. The hair is good. Good sculpt, good paint. Doesn't take much to make me happy. It's just they don't do it that often. This looks fantastic. It's very good. Now, from the aesthetic standpoint, there are two things that do grind my gears a little bit. One is that the cape is very thick and chunky. And I get that they're going for that over-the-top cape that he has, but I think it's still a bit much. It feels very much like a kid's toy. It's very bulky, very... Ugh. On the other hand, I like that it's actually connected to him and hangs properly. That's wonderful. It shouldn't be an amazing thing, but it is. The overly muscular legs, I'm not going to worry about because he's drawn to look muscular, so that's fine. The way it's sculpted, it's whatever. I don't really care. But the other thing that I don't care for, which is, it wouldn't be a problem normally for me for Marvel Legends, but this is a nice flat finish, which looks great. And then the rest of his blouse is shiny. Mostly, I don't care when Marvel Legends are shiny because they're just molded plastic and that's whatever, but having it up against the softer plastic down here that's not shiny does make this look worse. So that's a little bit of an irritant, but otherwise it's a really, really nice looking figure. It has shelf appeal. This looks like an adult collectible, which Marvel Legends are. Doesn't matter how many people say they're not, they are. Are they made to appeal to kids also? Sure, but Marvel Legends are for adults. Everything about the line says that. So this is a good example of how they should be made. Oh, I didn't mention this, I should though. The yellow paint on the cape is pretty butts. It's bad, it's chunky, it's opaque in some places, transparent in others. Ugh, it's not great. Not great at all. It's pretty bad looking, in fact. I don't know if you could get it any worse without painting all over the place with yellow. So that's pretty bad. Unfortunately, it's stuck on there. You can't really do much about that, so I don't like it, but I understand it. Yellow sucks, and that's just the way it goes. Probably should have been a molded piece, I guess, but that would have cost a fortune. This is cool. Yeah, so aesthetically, I like it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The chunky cape and then the crappy paint on the cape do hold it back quite a bit, but the core figure is, for Marvel Legends standards, exceptionally well done. Now, as far as accessories go, you did see the head that comes on him in the package. Then we do get another head with his eyes closed. This one does have the sideburns painted gray, as opposed to not painted gray. I don't know if you guys like that or not. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I'm not like the biggest Doctor Strange buff, so you guys can let me know about that. But it is sculpted and painted well. I do like that. Then we do get the Silver Surfer head that is blue this time. So if you want that, you have that. We did get the 2 Spiderman hands, and then we get a gripping hand and a punchy hand. Gripping hand has the wrong hinge, but at least we do have it. As far as accessories, we get this gold thing, which I have no idea what it is. It's nicely detailed, and it's actually painted. It's not a wash, it's tampography inside those little diamonds, which is a weird thing, but they did that, so cool. And then we get the axe, which is nicely done. Looks like there's a wash on there, that's pretty cool. A couple different shades of plastic. And then we do get these crappy effect parts again, which actually suit him well enough, so I'm okay with it. And they are molded in 2 colors, which is always a nice touch. I like that. I guess it could be paint, but it looks like it's molded. Let me look closer real quick. I think it is paint, so yeah, whatever. It still looks okay. It'd be better if they were molded. It would blend more. Yeah, they're definitely painted. It would blend more if they were molded in 2-tone, but that's very difficult to do, so this is fine. Good spread of accessories, plenty of them. I like it. For a Marvel Legends figure, I'm gonna go 10 out of 10. It could be, like, they could do things better, like the hand having the right hinge for the gripping hand, but I'll let that slide. So that's awesome. Accessories are great. It's a great way to add value to a collectible without costing the manufacturer too much. And I guess Hasbro decided that. Okay, so let's talk about the articulation on this guy. We have our standard hinge neck, which is strange, because I do believe it is a new neck. So it's very weird that we don't have the double ball peg situation. I can't get the hinge to work. So you're just working on that top ball peg, at least for me. Which I guess will be enough because he has the big dumb cape collar. But it's okay, but it is limited. And technically kind of lollipop-ish. For the shoulders, it's a little bit limiting because of the cape being so big and bulky, but you can bring them forward, and that's pretty much all you're going to do. So it works as much as you would want it to work. Single jointed elbow, because there's no bicep swivel, you get your swivel down here. It'll be fine. Doctor Strange doesn't need to go in any crazy poses, and I'm okay with that. I think this is a really good implementation of a single jointed elbow. It looks decent in both positions, and you get full 90 degrees, so I'm happy with that enough. Wrists do have a swivel and a hinge, that's all pretty standard. The ab crunch on this guy goes pretty far forward, definitely not as far as it could, but it'll be enough. He can technically lean back, but you're not going to be able to do too much with it because of the cape, just a little bit. I think that's fine. For the waist twist, there is one, it's at the top of the belt. The belt is not a floating piece, so that's all moving together, skirt too. The skirt is slit back here, not on this side though. So he is going to be somewhat limited, but you can get the legs out far enough. Like for Doctor Strange, that's going to be okay. I'm wondering now if I said Doctor Who at all throughout this video. Hope not. Bring the legs forward, you're not going to get the most range. It's not a ton. It's enough. On that side, you probably get a little more. Let's see. It's pretty limited. So again, the skirt piece is going to be a problem, but it makes sense, so that's okay. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee, not as useful, but it's fine. I guess you could do like a kneeling pose or a seated pose, and like a floating seated pose. Can we do that? Yeah, that'll be good enough. Like it's, obviously I'm not trying real hard right there, but you could do a pretty good pose out of him, so I think that's fine. You do get a shin swivel on this guy. It's not the best split ever, but it's pretty good. I'll take it. Like, it's ugly when you use it, but it's okay. It's there. The ankles go all the way back and far enough forward. I'll take it. That's fine. And you get a decent ankle rocker. So, like I said, this is a good example of what Marvel Legends should be. The articulation is all functional enough. Definitely could be better, but it's not anything that's game changing. It's not deal breaking. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for articulation. It's perfectly adequate. And now it's time for the final verdict. Overall, the paint on this thing is really good. They definitely fudged it. Fudged is not the right word. What's the word? They definitely crapped the bed a little bit as far as the yellow on here goes. That's almost impossible to do effectively. So they really would have been better off figuring something else out. Maybe molding it in yellow and then painting it in red, even though that's more paint. Painting red is not the easiest thing, but it sure as hell is easier than painting yellow. So that sucks a whole lot. But the rest of the paint is really good. The heads look good. This is nice and clean. The gloves look good. Like, really, my biggest drawback on this guy is the cape, which is a bummer because it's kind of an integral part of the character. But otherwise, we got good accessories, good paint, good enough articulation. I'm very pleased overall. I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. Final verdict, 9 out of 10. I could be harsher on the cape, but everything else makes up for it. It's not that hard to get a good rating at this price point. You just have to do the things that you're supposed to do well enough, and this figure does. So I'm going to recommend it. If you don't have one, check it out. I think they're still available at Walmart, Walmart's website, so maybe you guys can get one if you didn't already. And there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.